welcome to the TT Daily Roundup. As ever, joined by Lee Johnston and Tom Birchall. And today, bikes should be heading down Glen Crutchery Road as we speak. But as we called it yesterday, a 3-hour delay, I think.
All the same so far, yeah.
But as we look at it now, weather's pretty good. It's a bit cloudy, but the surface is starting to dry up. Are we going to see bikes and sidecars out there today?
Oh yeah, definitely, yeah. Just, it's got to be right for everybody, hasn't it? I think part of the problem was some mist up on the mountain there, and they can't fly the helicopter for safety reasons, but they've got the full day, and Gary knows how important it is to get folks out on the track, and he'll do everything he can, and we'll just hope this wind dries it up and a bit of sunshine.
I think the other thing as well is the weather looks pretty good for the week, so you know, like, what's the rush in sending someone out? And imagine your first time around here and it's iffy conditions, or, well, I'm talking to you really, he's got no idea. But
no idea.
Yeah,
about many things. That's by the by.
But yeah, so they're of sensible enough nature, and it's that big of an event now that they take the risk factor very, very seriously. I know people outside the sport try and think otherwise, but they are absolutely on point when it comes to the conditions have to be right before anything happens here.
And all them bikes now, they're on slicks, aren't they? There's no treaded tyres anymore. So there was always that, well, you're on tread, so you'd probably get away with them damp patches, but now that's sort of gone, because you can't hit a damp patch with a slick tyre.
No. Quick question though. What constitutes good weather here then? So obviously we'd love to see the sunshine out.
Were you here last year?
Beautiful last year. That was, but is that too much? Because when the sun starts coming down, it starts getting in riders' eyes. Is it actually better to have a bit of cloud?
Ideally, it wants to be between 20 and 25 degrees. Well, yeah, 20 degrees. Not like as bright. Well, it's bright now. That's not too bad. But the sun needs to be in the sky. The hardest thing is evening practice and stuff, because the sun's coming down. I never did morning practice, so I don't know. But yeah, when that low sun's there, that's what that hurts you, because you're looking straight at it only at certain points. But in the middle of the day, you never have that issue. You've got shadows and stuff, but it's never in your face, so it's not as big a problem.
No, the evening ones are bad, especially for the sidecar lads. They set off about 8 o'clock.
Yeah.
And you know, when you're on that third lap, the sun is like blinding. It's just strobing into you. Yeah, there's certain places, like, you know, you head towards Ballagary and it just goes blind. You're just blind. So yeah, it's difficult, but it is what it is, and everybody knows that. And we're, you know, RI sponsored lads, was, and the visors that they use, it's so good now, the technology that they've got in them. The glare factor isn't such a problem like it used to be.
Yeah.
So it's good.
Right, let's talk about this. The programme. On the programme, we've got the big three. This has been touted as Mike Tyson against Frank Bruno, Muhammad Ali against George Foreman, with another one mixed in there. So we've got Dean Harrison, we've got Michael Dunlop, and we've got Peter Hickman. Essentially, that's what this TT is about this year. And you'd think that'd be it. It'd be a fight between those three riders, but not one of them, and I think we spoke about this a couple of times on the preview show, on the podcast, not one of them is coming into this fully fit.
Should we do it fair, right? So on three, we all have to say a name.
Okay.
Yeah?
Right.
And then after that, we'll explain why we've said that name.
Okay.
1, 2, 3. Dean Harrison.
Oh. Right, let's go over here first. Why Dunlop?
Well, yeah, I've gone that way, but he's got both bikes ready. He's got the brand new 24 bike and he's got the 23 bike, so he can go back to that superbike that he won on.
Yeah.
The first race last year, he can do that. He went the wrong way in the senior, but they also know why they went the wrong way, so they've got good data. That's if his 24 bike don't work. And you know what he's like? He's a bull. He's mad for it, and it will come out swinging. And I think if the other lads have got a bit of a chink in their armour.
Yeah, but so is he.
With that wrist injury, but is he doing that for cameras like we're talking about?
He's picked him up and he's pulled him straight back down again.
And he just. So you're changing your opinion?
I'm sticking with Michael Dunlop. I think he's gonna.
So nobody here has picked the current
the favourite.
Right, so you go.
Well, I don't think anyone's mentioned Pete because of that wrist injury. I think that's the biggest deciding factor. How's that wrist going to feel after 5 laps around here? When he gets onto that last lap and there's only a few tenths in it between all three of them.
The big thing of that is going to be the weather as well, because Pete and Michael will be hoping for not a lot of dry weather because they don't need a load of laps.
Exactly, Michael's got it in his armoury.
So why are you going to say why you've said Dean Harrison then?
Well, I'll tell you why. And it's mainly down to those 2 injuries.
Just copying you.
No, if the weather was mint all week, you know Dean will be able to get dialed into that brand new Honda absolutely perfectly.
Will it last all week though?
See, this is where Dunlop's got the option.
So let's put it out to the comments, see what people think here. Who, out of the big three, who do you think is going to be the one that comes out on top? But in my opinion, Dean is coming into it in the best position because he physically is probably the fittest out of the three of them.
Yeah.
It's just, will that bike last?
Physically fit.
Yeah, will he be able to get on with it the way he got on with the Kawasaki? Because he used to say it's like putting on an old pair of slippers, that Kawasaki. Yeah. But that new blade looks pretty blooming good.
What about this? That blade, they've got to ride it different. I heard Tommy Ridewell talking about it. And he said, I'm getting it now. I've got to get off the brakes and let it run in, use the corner speed of it, because he was used to that Ducati.
Yeah.
But what I'm saying is, Dean is used to that corner speed because he's had an underpowered Kawasaki for a long time.
Plus that suits here.
And then that extra power he's going to get with the Honda, with the corner speed, yeah. I might be completely wrong.
Do you want me to say why I picked Dean?
No, do you know what? I want you to go and do the radio now, because I know why you picked
do you really, why?
Because he's your friend.
No, I've got a secret. Would you like to know?
All right, tell us your secret and then go do your radio.
I can.
Right, that's it, done. Cars are still going on Glen Crutchley Road, but bikes will be heading down there very, very shortly. Join me very shortly as I head down Bray Hill to watch the first few bikes go past. Boys, thank you very much.
No bother.
Talking stops and the action begins. TT24 is underway, and if you need reminding about what the TT's about, these guys are here to remind you. Should we get a bit closer to the action? You've got to be wary of how close you can actually get because of the marshal. I don't think in the whole of the TT there is anybody currently as close as I am to the action. I know we harp on about this being the greatest motorsport event in the world, but truly, there is absolutely nothing like this in the world, ever. Bloody love it. That's the end of the session for Paul Jordan. Barely off his bike. The team have already packed up all the gear. They're ready to go home already. Right. So when Paul gets a minute, I'm going to have a quick chat with him. And you free? You walking?
Yeah.
Come on. 1 sec. He'll join us. Paul?
Yeah.
How are you, mate?
Good.
How was it?
Yeah, it's alright, yeah.
Yeah?
8 laps in, so...
8?
Yeah.
Is that how many you got in?
Aye.
What? Not all on the big bike?
No, I done 4 the big bike, 3 in the 600 and 1 on the twin.
Carrying that confidence over from the Northwest?
Yeah, it's just, baby steps. That's why we didn't come into this like the first night to try and break personal records or nothing. Like, we just came here just to get the eye of the game again for the round here, so tomorrow then we can start working again.
Need a massage now?
Yeah, you coming round?
Let's go. Davey, how was that, mate?
Yeah, awesome. As you can see, it's just a big smile on my face. Getting out there and doing the first laps around this mountain course is just the best. So yeah, just stoked. Take a sleep on it to digest everything, because as you can imagine, first night of practice, everything comes at you really fast.
Yeah, I bet.
So it fries your brain a little bit, but I know we can go out on the next night and it starts to slow down in a bit of time, but really happy so far.
Well, you've been on the BMW before, but brand spanking new bikes for this year, so every time you went out, you were on a brand new bike. First bike was the Ducati. How did that feel around here?
Yeah, the Ducati's great. Really love riding that thing. It's super cool to look at, and the sound of it's cool as well, and I love everything about it. But first out, it had a couple of small issues, as we expected to. In all honesty, we had no data, no info. Nobody's ever used one around here before, Ducati V2, so it was completely starting afresh. But we came in, made some changes, and the guys are already starting to transform the bike and get it where I want it to be. So my stocker and the Super bike are so similar. The engine really is the only difference, and they're both fast, but that Super bike's a missile.
Mega. Right, I'll leave you to it. Have a good evening. See you back out there tomorrow.
Cheers, mate. Thank you.
What's up?
Nothing. Just...
Mate, anybody would think that you've been stuck indoors all day, but you've been riding motorbikes around the island.
I know, but I've come back in and...
You've got problems, haven't you?
Yeah, I've got problems again.
What's up?
I don't know. The
Right.
boys just took the bike down now, but it doesn't sound good again. So
Right.
see how the night progresses and see what we can find. But my brother's done an engine today, and I had a brand new engine starting today, and it's come in and it's making noises again. So I don't know what's going on.
Right, so potentially it could be nothing but...
Nothing but 2 bikes down again at the start of practice week. But hey,
That's not what you need, is it?
not after what we had last year, the same obviously situation, didn't we? But no, we'll go down, take it down, take it to bits and see what we can find. Hopefully we don't find anything. But Jamie sounds a bit more terminal than mine, but mine's not how it should be anyway. So I don't know. There's a brand new engine that went in for today, so we tried to eliminate every problem we could this year and have a smooth running. But the luck doesn't seem to be on our side once again. Don't know what we're doing wrong.
Physically, you're all right though?
Physically, yeah, we've done a lot of training. I've had a company, A-Star Cycling, behind me this winter, and he's done a lot of training programs with me, and I am in a way better shape than what I was last year. Last year I got injured before, I couldn't train, I couldn't do anything, and I was just basically riding around last year, and feel a lot better this year on the bike, but hopefully we've got no problem.
Mate, fingers crossed it's going to be better for you tomorrow.
Cheers, mate. Thank you.
All right, good luck, mate.
Yeah.
We're going to chase down Jamie Coward. I don't know if he's running away from us or not. Maybe he is, maybe in. Jamie Coward. How are you, mate?
Good, how are you?
Sam, mate, yeah, good. How's the day been?
Fantastic, mate.
Yeah?
Got to ride some motorbikes.
Living the dream.
High speed. Yeah, we loved it, absolutely. I loved it tonight. Conditions are a bit poor in a few places, but just nice to get out. I've been here for a few days now, so you get a bit of cabin fever, so nice to go out and stretch the legs of the bikes and get some laps in.
How was the bad places? It looked like it was bad.
Glen Ellen.
Yeah,
Glen Ellen. It was quite bad out of there all day or all afternoon, should we say. And then there were another spot somewhere that were kept catching my attention, but I can't remember where it was now. But yeah, there was just a couple of spots that were a bit dodgy, so it were
nothing too major though.
Not too major. You knew you just had to slow down and just go steady through there. But yeah, it didn't upset the lap. It didn't upset riding around this beautiful island, you know. So it's yeah, day one done. So we'll see how it goes for the rest of this week.
Appreciate it, mate. Thank you. Cheers, Jamie. So that's it, done and dusted. Day one is in the books. Lee Johnston, I'm relying on you to remember all the times because you were in the comms box on the radio writing down those times. So I have no idea what went on.
I think
So tell me about it.
The biggest thing is that the names that we spoke about were the names at the top.
But this is at the end of the 2 weeks, right? Wasn't necessarily right now.
Yeah, but still, it's what sets it up to be like.
I mean, Dean wasn't at the top, was he?
No, Dean was probably out of the top 3 or 4 names, the one that was further back. Maybe not on outright riding. We've seen him come in, his mannerisms after the first session weren't great, especially on the big bike. Supersport bike, I think the bike is just a little bit down. It was probably 6 mile an hour down Sulby Straight, which is quite a lot. And that's not even counting the drag up over the mountain and them things. So I'm going to say Dean was probably the furthest out of the window, and he's normally really fast on the first night, on previous days of the TT. The times were down on last year, but the conditions weren't 100%. There was damp patches in quite a few places. Obviously not on a safety issue or anything, because nobody was complaining, but yeah, on the times of last year, I think the fastest time was 131.7 or 8, you liking this? And this year, the quickest time was 129.6.
Sounds like Chris Boyd talking there.
I wish he rubbed off on me, but yeah, and that's not the case. So, yeah, the times are down, but that's just down to the green of the track. And obviously, the weather's been horrendous. We haven't spoke about this, but the period of last week, the event was at a point where
everything was getting blown over, and there was not much of a paddock.
Maybe not going to start. So, yeah, that's led into that a little bit. Unsurprisingly, Davy Todd was quickest in Supersport on that beautiful 2-mate Ducati. He was there or thereabouts.
You say 2-litre Ducati?
2-mate.
Oh.
2 litre. he's not trying to say he's cheating.
I didn't say that.
But yeah, he was quickest in Supersport, and the surprise, not surprised, that sounds rude, but James Hillier was bang there.
He was on it.
Yeah, he got a good lap behind Davey, pulled him right through with the best looking Supersport bike, I think.
100%.
Retro Kawasaki colours are awesome. So that was my surprise, was James Hillier there. He was thereabouts in Superstock times as well. But yeah, obviously Michael ended quickest on the Superbike.
Go on then, what was the time?
129.6.
59.
Oh, 59.
Yeah, we can round up to 6.
He was less than a tenth quicker than Davy Todd.
And
So
when
that
you
was
think
really
how
close.
bad the conditions were, not how bad the conditions were, but especially up around towards, is it Sarah's Cottage, up around Glen Helen, it looked really wet.
Yeah, and I think people throw these lap times out of like, 130 mile an hour, 135 mile an hour. They have no idea how hard that is to do. So yeah, the times were incredibly good. I mentioned that in the commentary as well, like people sort of willy-nilly throw these times out. But yeah, all the big players were at the front that we thought. Some other players were involved. James Hind, unbelievable, Supersport.
Dom Herbertson, he was up there on the big one.
Third in Superstock.
Yeah.
James Hind, I think, was fourth in Superstock.
Yeah.
He only has a Superstock bike.
Yes.
I'll keep you right now. But yeah, James Hind was fourth in Supersport. I think he did 124. So good time that. Trying to think, that's me all out of information.
But that's more than enough information than we need. I don't think there was no huge surprises. It was not. I think, do you know what? I spoke to a few of the riders afterwards when they'd come in, and I think everyone was just happy to get some laps under the belt, just to get out there. And I think the majority of everyone was saying, it's just nice to be back out there. Everything feels like it's coming at me at 200, 300 mile an hour at the minute. And I think that's all it is. They need to, I don't know what you were like, but you need to take a night to go, right, what actually happened? And then they can start stepping forward. I don't think tonight was anything about saying fast lap times. It was about getting your eye in and just making sure that you were still capable of riding
slow your brain
bike.
down, as we say in your eyes. But I think some guys will have done 7, 8 laps today.
I spoke to David. David said he'd done 8 laps.
For first day, so yeah.
Especially with the weather.
And the delay. So that pays off now, this first day of having a full day rather than just an evening session. So yeah, guys are loads better off.
So that's it, back to evening sessions tomorrow. So what will the boys be doing between that and
I reckon the physio tent will be pretty busy in the morning.
I reckon so. I reckon there'll be a lot of stiff
If you were dedicated to this challenge, you'd be in there in the morning with the physio tent.
Listen, I've got a qualification in sports massage. I could help out. I'm more than happy to rub some guys down, no problem.
Can you cut that into one of them snippets?
No, we're just going to end it here. That's it from the Daily Roundup. Make sure you subscribe to the YouTube channel. Make sure you check us out at iomttracers.com for all the latest news and features. Lee, where are we on the socials? At TT Racers Official.
At TT Races Official.
And don't forget, if you are on the island, you can join our WhatsApp info line. Did you know that?
Yeah.
There's a little WhatsApp group.
Yeah.
You can go and join that. So head over to iomttraces.com. You'll be able to find it there. Get all the knowledge as it happens from that WhatsApp group. Lee, always a pleasure, never a chore. See you tomorrow.
Can't wait. Sports massage, here we come. Sound.
This is only the beginning. Warning.